Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Winter Olympics opening ceremony sees historic handshake, 9th of February 2018. From off the bat, what you'll notice is they're both wearing the traditional Masonic colors, the black and white, the yin and the yang, the two opposing forces. This is the religion that I've referred to, that Albert Pike refers to in his letter to Mazzini, which is when the world has been um, significantly psychologically profiled to hate the Abrahamic religions, i.e., Christianity. They'll demonize it through Donald Trump and his role in instigating World War III as a Christian zealot. um, so he's been put there to demonize the faith of Christianity, as well as other purposes. It's multifaceted, but that's one of the main reasons. And again, they've already been doing what they've been doing post 9/11 to Islam as a religion, to demonize it and vilify it, anchoring terms using neuro-linguistic psychology as extremism and terrorism to anyone who fits the profile of a stereotypical Muslim, I guess. And that they've been quite successful at that. Whenever someone sees a Muslim on the street, almost instantly they think of extremism, which is it's very unfortunate. But the Shayatin and Ins and Jinn have been very successful at doing that. Anyway, very quickly, moving on. And like I said, they're all part of the same hierarchy, the same structure, right? They're taking their orders from Iblis, Lanatullah Ali. Lucifer is pulling the strings, as it were, and running the show. And this is quite a false reality. And sadly, again, most of us are totally oblivious to it. Okay, so guys, some of you should recognize this instantly. This is what's just happened right now. Okay, and the photos have come in 2018, the Olympics, the fireworks, right, which eerily resemble what we see in the foreground depicted. And again, the skeleton representing death, and symbolically the United States of America, the top hat, Freemasonry. There's other aspects to this, but like I said, you need a background in occult doctrines and that sort of knowledge for me to kind of maybe perhaps have that conversation with you guys. But you'll notice there's 6 phallic symbols surrounding this particular individual, 6 being the number 3 scored, the number of man vibrating on a bestial level. They understand this, that we haven't got the foggiest and we're so plugged into the secular system, and that we don't have this spiritual foresight. And this is what's been referenced to, and this is why the Antichrist isn't necessarily their God. He's just a means, a asbab, through which the Ummah is going to be lulled into believing that he is Isa, Jesus, alayhi salam, may peace and blessings be upon him. They'll believe that that's who he is, when in fact he will be the imposter. Anyway, Jazakallah khairan wa ahsanul jazaa for your time. I just thought I'd share this. It's got a very eerie and a striking resemblance to what's actually happening, right? So it's all happening right now, and we've got the bombing of the Israeli jet as well. Like I said, we're just gonna sit on the edge of the cliff now until the Blue Mosque is bombed. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect and guide us, and then please take on board this advice and inform everyone that you can. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will stand a witness between us. Inform those of your flock, and this really genuinely seems to be a staged event, and that we need to be at least somewhat prudent and have these contingencies in place so that we can curb the effects of what the Shayatin seem to have in place. They want to traumatize the Ummah and cause them infinite amounts of suffering, and through that will be quite impressionable, fragile, and they'll be able to cause the Ummah into this universal governance, a universal currency, and then set the stage for a false extraterrestrial contact, and then reveal Ad-Dajjal onto the stage, coming through Isfahan all the way up to Babylon. Interesting that Babylon was the place where Iblis in Iraq had landed when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Adam alayhi salam Hawa, and Iblis sent him down to earth. Subhanallah, it's interesting. There's an interesting correlation as things are coming together. Like I said, I see these patterns emerge, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Jazakallahu khairan wa sallu jaza for your time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.